The first sale was in 6 weeks, and then the second one was, like, 2 weeks after that.
2 weeks
So within
after that.
2 months of joining the community, I made, like, $6,000. We're young chaps trying to figure out how to make money online. AI automation starts coming into your consciousness, and then suddenly it's Sad and Nick, and I see the interview, and, like, Sad's value is insane.
Everyone is selling automation workflows for $500. This member made $3,000 in just 2 weeks doing something completely different. In today's video, he's going to tell you exactly what he learned that made success possible. So if that's something you guys are interested in, stay tuned and let's get into it. Hey Eric, how you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Sad. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, then. I wanted to record this video for a long time. You've been killing it lately, man. How many deals you've closed inside Salesforce Mastery?
I've closed 2 deals so far.
Okay. How much actual money you've actually made?
The first deal was for 2,850,
Mhm.
and that was, like, 6 weeks after joining the community and just, like, taking action on everything you said. And the second one was for $3,200,
$3,200. So in total,
like 6,000. The first sale was in 6 weeks, and then the second one was, like, 2 weeks after that.
2 weeks
So within
after that.
2 months of joining the community, I made, like, $6,000. Within 2 months of joining the community, I make $6,000.
That's
And
insane,
all I
man.
did was follow everything that you said in your YouTube videos, in your courses. I mean, we can get into all of that, but, for anybody listening, it was really not so much me. This guy, just gives you everything that you need to be successful. And if you can just be a good student and apply it, you're gonna be in good shape.
But I want to ask you, like, what made you join in the first place? There's tons of communities out there.
Very good question, Sad. Value speaks for itself. And when I saw one of your YouTube videos, is an interview with another creator in the AI
Oh,
space,
yeah?
who
Nick?
who I had,
Was
yeah,
it
it was
Nick?
Nick.
Yeah, yeah.
I first discovered him on YouTube. And just because, we're young chaps trying to figure out how to make money online, AI automation starts coming into your consciousness, and then suddenly it's Sad and Nick, and I see the interview, and, like, Sad's value is insane. So I actually decided to join your community instead. And, I mean, what drew me to it, it's just the undeniable value that you've been able to tap into. Value speaks for itself. It's like a solution that clearly works. It's a way to provide value to the market that you can't really do with another offer. And then also all the bonuses in your community, like the fact that I could save $500 plus in software immediately just by paying for your community. So it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to be leaving anytime soon.
That's awesome to hear, man. When I hear these things, like my day it just becomes instantly 10 times better. So, why didn't you go down the route, the usual route everybody goes to when they start learning about automation? They're like, I want to, for example, sell AI proposal generators, AI agents, and stuff. What made you go like straight to sales systems?
Great question. For a bit of background, before this, I've always been in the entrepreneurship space, even when I was in college. When I actually graduated from UCLA in 2022, and I decided I wouldn't get a degree because I wanted to make exponential income. I knew it was possible to sell things online. And so for the past 4 years, it's been a journey of just learning what offers are, learning how to market, failing a lot, making a few sales in different things like coaching and stuff. But it was always a problem of value creation,
Oh,
right? We've all read Think and Grow Rich, and you cannot get something in exchange for nothing. So if you want to get money, you need to provide value to the market.
yeah.
So I was always bottlenecked in the amount of value I could provide to the marketplace, and therefore my income was capped because my offers were around things like achieve your potential or
Oh,
become
yeah.
all you can be. And even when I got into more of like a coaching space and I made like a little bit of money, um, it was always capped because my offer, my outcome wasn't valuable to the marketplace.
Was
So, what is the most tangible, valuable offer in the world? Here it is. Said, you give me 5K, I'll give you 50K.
yeah.
It's
Let's do
financial
that
offer.
right now, yeah.
So when I learned about that, I'm like, okay, I'm actually using AI for client acquisition, solving the most painful problem for business owners.
Yeah.
I'm like, this makes sense. This is a lot of value I can provide. And that's what sold me on sales systems and what made me want to join the community in the first place.
What was going through your mind when you first got that first payment?
Excitement, satisfaction, nervousness. It was a new level. I think knowing that I had proven demand
Uh, yeah.
and really knowing how easy it was. Okay, it was so easy to make the sale. It was the guy was like, "Dude, you're making them this offer, uh, of course I'm gonna do it. Like, let's do it. I'm ready. What do you need?" That was what the guy said. And this was like my 3rd sales call.
I'm curious, what were you doing before this?
Yeah, good question. So, like I said, um, post college, I didn't want to get a regular full-time job.
Mhm.
Um, I have friends right now who are making, $120,000 in a consulting job
Yeah.
with my exact degree or something super similar. So, that path was always there and open, but I wanted exponential income, and I knew that business was the way to do that. So before this, I was doing, like, marketing, copywriting for other companies. I had my own coaching services. Um, I made the most money on TikTok because 'cause I'd make, like, TikTok videos, um, and just, talk about all sorts of self-improvement things,
Oh, yeah.
uh, and, like, creating a reality, manifestation, things like that.
Yeah, I love that.
And so yeah, so that's kind of the foundation, right? And then that turns into business eventually. So that's what I was doing. I was coaching and, working with companies here and there doing, like, marketing stuff for them.
I want you to outline the journey. What were the first steps, etc.? Like, how did you
Sure,
get
of
started
course.
from zero all the way to getting that first sale?
The first steps is SAD's top of funnel, which is YouTube, obviously. Um, just like you're right here, watching this YouTube video. For me, I was in the same place, like, watching SAD's YouTube videos, just back in June, so, like, 3
Yeah,
months ago, and I'm just binge watching. I'm learning. I'm like, "Okay, well, how am I gonna get my first deal? How am I gonna fulfill?" Just watching all of his YouTube videos is just unparalleled value, right? Because 'Cause you're not just talking about doing it, you're actually walking us through step by step. So, I saw your YouTube videos, and then I saw your interview with Nick, and then I decided to join the school. And then from there, I just followed the steps and went through your course, took action, and, got my first sale in 6 weeks.
yeah. Yeah, I remember, you're like one of the people that I always see in our weekly calls, especially in the beginning. Like, every week I would see I would see the name in the Zoom call, the weekly call, and you're always asking questions and smart questions all of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say something about that, if it's okay. You have a vision for your life, whoever's watching this, and you have a certain amount of money you wanna make. You It's important to treat this like a college course. You're not just paying $100 a month for school and, like, you're just dabbling. It's like, you need to immerse yourself. And, SATS community calls were very helpful. Treat them like a college lecture. Like, you're not gonna miss your college lecture.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up and go to the lecture, and you're gonna be present, and you're gonna take notes. It's like the thing about this decentralized education through, like, school, virtual school, is that it's easy to be lazy.
Yeah.
It's easy to just not show up and, like, to be in your PJs. Be rigorous about your education. Learn, take notes, ask questions, and, treat it like a university course. I'll say one more thing about that. If anybody here went to college, you likely spent 6 figures in college, right? Maybe you had some scholarships that helped. Why the heck are you even thinking twice about spending $150 to join a community that could most likely be more valuable than college? Like, I didn't make a dollar from my degree, but I made more money from marketing and sales and SaaS community. What's the mechanism? It's like you're going to source leads in a niche. You're going to clean those leads using automation like NA10, and then you're going to reach out to those leads through cold email on instantly, and you're going to get positive replies. Some of those will become booked calls. You have sales calls. You close deals. It's like super clear, right? Uh, there's something called a definite chief aim from Think and Grow Rich, and, part of that is having a definite plan
Yeah.
to achieve the money you want. I always had trouble making a plan until sales systems because it was just so tangible. Send emails, book sales calls, close deals.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the reason why I also like, I also when I because I remember I was part of other communities and most of them were trying different client acquisition methods and they couldn't focus on just one. And I remember most of these people, like I still know them till this day, and they're not making as much money as I'm making right now, just because they diluted their focus into doing LinkedIn outreach, cold email, running ads, all this stuff, but didn't allow themselves to gather the skills and actually learn one client acquisition method and go all in on it. Because the only reason, like the only way to actually get good at something is just keep doing it every single day, right? The way of mastery is simply practice, right? Because when you have when you practice every single day, you gain the skills and now you're able to actually triple your price. Okay? That's how you do it. You know, if you want to learn how to play tennis, you're gonna have to play tennis every single day for a couple years, right? It's just consistency and practice every single day. There's no cheat codes, there's no growth hacks, right?
Yeah, it's so important, man, and, you know, part of transitioning from boyhood into manhood
Yeah.
is that individuation that you discussed,
Yeah.
that Carl discusses.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to chop away potential of childhood, which is infinite potential, and you need to choose a path. And it's like for all the 20-year-olds out there listening and like, how am I gonna make money online? You need to learn a skill. And it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be challenging. There's gonna be roadblocks, but this is as good a skill as I need to learn. And I will tell you that it's the easiest I have found to market and sell. And so this is a really good path. And, I'm not just saying that because I'm here. It's like I've just seen the success firsthand.
It's so interesting you said this. You talk about the individuation process. It's called the hero's archetype. The hero that just has to leave his hometown and then goes outside to the world, comes back with resources to his family, right? And now he's respected by his family and also the society. It's the hero's archetype, and every man has to go through the hero's archetype, right? Every man. It's like a part of your individuation process. Is you like becoming? You have to become. Okay. So because
Mm,
if you don't become, you don't get the absolute truth, right? The
that's
absolute truth of how people perceive you, how your family looks at you, how your wife looks at you, right? All of this stuff, you only get to know the real truth when you're
yeah,
actually someone who already achieved something in life. The privilege of a lifetime is to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. Okay. The life that you could live, you should live, right?
right. It's about discovering your true identity, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what identity does God have in store for you? Um, I have recently returned to my Catholic roots,
Yeah.
after being a pagan in college.
Yeah.
It's like I was just kind of like you know, in college, I just went away from that. Um, and, you know, realizing that God has an image of you, right? I believe God created us, right? And the universe. I used to be this like scientific materialist, but
Yeah.
I with this, and he is he's creating you
Of
actively
course.
still, and he has an image of what you can be, and it's like that is your true identity, especially in a world where identity is like a fluid thing, and you can just be whatever you want.
Yeah, of
It's like
course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
you
God
want
gave everyone on earth something different than the other person. But it's so interesting how we look at other people's skills. We were like, I wish I could speak like that guy. I wish I could sell like that guy. But we never look within ourselves, right? Because if we look within ourselves, we already have the gift of God. I want to ask you another question. Like, what
sure.
were the biggest challenges you've had when you first got started? Because I believe a lot of people will be watching this. They want to understand. They want to like you want to feel the emotions you felt too. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Initially, the challenge is always taking action
Yeah.
on the instruction in front of you. It's not rocket science. There is instruction in front of you, and you need to watch the course and you need to implement it. But we all have procrastination and distraction and fear and limiting beliefs. And so what I found is that it's not anything to do with the tactical.
Yeah.
It was almost entirely to do with mind. My own mind being a traitor to myself and my objectives, right? It's like this is something I heard Tate say on some Instagram reel. He's like, your mind is traitorous. It's like you're self sabotaging yourself. How can you expect to have order outside of yourself if there's disunity even in your own psyche? It's like you want your mind on your side. So that's the primary battle that you'll find. It's like it's nothing to do with your skill.
Yeah, because your mind is designed to keep you safe, not successful, right?
Exactly.
So we want to break through that identity. That identity tries to pull you back. They're like, "What the hell? What are you doing? Like, we need to stay here. We need to stay broke. We don't want to go outside of the world. We don't want to confront our comfort zone, right? So this is the reason why you get this weird feeling, this limiting belief. It's kind of like it's something that out of your comfort zone, right? This feels wrong.
Exactly. That's the high level answer right there. It's kind of the source of everything. But to give you like more tactical roadblocks that the viewer can expect to find, number one is just send the damn emails. One of my mantras going into Sats community is like, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a retard. Like, I have low IQ. If I would think of something like, well, what if I send this email and this guy replies this or this happens? Too smart for me. That's
Yeah.
too high level. Like, I'm a mule. I'm just gonna do the work and just go. And that was so important. The second thing is actual sales. When you have the call on your calendar because you're gonna get sales calls and you're like scared and you don't want to do it and you want to cancel it. Like just get in there, put yourself in the forge and uh what discover the bed of feathers waiting for you.
That's wisdom, man. It's funny how you said this because it kind of brings back the movie of the kid that wants to learn kung fu, and then the master is like, pick up the dirt from the floor, right? And he's like, I want to learn kung fu. I believe it's the Karate Kid, right?
Agree.
Yeah, the Karate Kid. And like the kid doesn't understand that this is part of training, okay? And once he learned that he should just follow the framework, he noticed that him picking up the dirt from the floor was actually a technique. Was there a moment you wanted to quit?
I think fulfilling my first client, I was like, okay, dang, this is harder than I expected. But I choose to reject those thoughts. I am certain they're wrong. Just understand that this is what hard feels like, right? And this is what's going to make the true masters like sad versus everyone else. It's are you going to stick with it, not just for 3 months and give up? Are
Yeah.
you going to stick on it for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, really mastering something, right? In this age of TikTok brain, right? Your un your unfair advantage is your attention.
Yeah.
It's your ability to think long term. Dude, don't do this for 3 months and quit. Like, you need to be like, "I need to learn the skill, and I need to do this, and I'm gonna do it for" how long were you in college? 4 years, right? You can't dedicate 4 years to learning a skill that's really gonna make you money forever. And so that's how I think about it now. The biggest challenge yeah, when did I think about quitting? I would say I just must persist and, actually to learn the skill and get good at it.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence and they are hearing this and they're like, that's cool, but I don't think I can do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would say that you're here for a reason. It's because 'cause you're seeking a path to your goals. You need a path to your first $1,000, your first sale, your first 5,000, 10,000 a month. And I will save you years by saying that you won't find a better path to build an online business than sales systems. Why? To make business work, you need 2 things: a killer offer, something that's gonna make people throw money at you, And this offer is so powerful because it's, I'm going to get you 10 book meetings in the next 60 days, something like that, right? And if they close one of them, they're going to make a lot of money. Not just like $500, they're going to make thousands, maybe 100,000. The second thing you need for a good business is the client acquisition. It's a way to market. And this, what SAT teaches with cold email is just proven. That's why there's so many success stories in the community. Sales systems is just, it's just a really good business model. And I would say if you're looking for a solution to start your first business, you're not going to find a better path, and you're not going to find a better community. The support in there is insane. The free software is insane. And I would highly encourage anybody who's on the fence to just take the leap and try it for yourself.
One final question. What's one piece of advice you would give to someone right now that is watching this? What can they do today?
I would say once you're in the community, just start taking action. I did nothing different than anybody else who was successful. I don't think I thought for myself very much. Again, I was just the low IQ mule doing the action, sending the emails, right? And so that's what I would suggest here. It's like, put your pride away and really lower yourself and humble yourself and be a student. And if I promise you that if you can just watch the videos and take action, you're going to be successful. There's no other way. And so that's what I would say. It's like, take action, take the leap, and it'll go much better than you could ever imagine.
Awesome words, Eric. Thank you for coming today for today's call. As always, wise words, my friend. You always like I always when I read through your posts, especially the wins, you always drop like a big list, like a giant list of all the lessons you've learned, and I'm glad you actually shared this today in today's video. So thank you for your time, my friend.
Thanks for having me, Sad. See ya.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you soon. If you need anything, just send me a DM. Sounds good?
Okay. Sounds good, man.